This is India. This is China, which wants to run the whole world. China's already trying to take over the shipping lanes in the South China Sea. This is the Chagos Islands, right down here. Years ago, the Chagos Islands were owned by France. France ceded the Chagos Islands to our friends in Great Britain, UK. And a number of years ago, the United Kingdom and America got together, and we built, mostly with American dollars, by the way, we built a military base in the Chagos Islands, on one particular island called Diego Garcia. And it's a really important military base. For one thing, it's very close to the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean in China, so we can watch them. For another thing, it's where it's one of the only bases where our nuclear submarines can dock.
Tensions are rising over the fate of Diego Garcia, a strategically crucial military base in the Indian Ocean. The base, jointly operated by the United States and the United Kingdom, has become the center of an international dispute involving the United Nations, the UK government, and growing Chinese influence in the region. For decades, Diego Garcia has played a vital role in global security, serving as a key location for U.S. naval and air operations. But now, its future is uncertain due to increasing pressure from the UN and negotiations between the UK and Mauritius.
Hugely important. Well, the United Nations got mad at the United Kingdom. They said, Great Britain, you're bad people. You used to be colonialists. You acquired other countries, sometimes freely, sometimes by force. Every country I know of in the world of any strength has done that. Doesn't mean we ought to be proud of it, but it's part of our history. But the United Nations said, shame on you, UK. Shame on you. Bad, 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 bad. You have to give back the Chagos Islands and the military base there. And the UN doesn't have any jurisdiction over the United Kingdom. But the UN said, not only do you have to give it back, but you don't give it back to the people of the Chagos Islands. You give it back to another group of islands way down here called Mauritius. Mauritius used to own the Chagos Islands when France ceded them to Great Britain. They were run by Mauritius. But the people of the two island groups, archipelagos, the people don't have any affinity. Now, what's Mauritius say? Of course we'll take it.
A historical look at the Chagos Archipelago, the group of islands that includes Diego Garcia, reveals a complex past. Originally controlled by France, the islands were later ceded to the United Kingdom in the 1960s. The British and American governments then developed a major military base on Diego Garcia, making it a critical asset for Western security in the region. However, the UN has pushed for the UK to return the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, arguing that British control was a remnant of colonial rule. In response, the UK government has been negotiating with Mauritius, but reports suggest that Mauritius may demand a high leasing fee, potentially in the billions, for continued military use.
Now, what's Mauritius say? Of course we'll take it. But they want to start charging the United States and the UK £9 billion for a 99-year lease. So we can lease our own military base. All because the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom feels guilty because somebody, some tofu-eating wokarati at the United Nations says they're bad people, bad colonialists. Well, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he's going along with it. But he says, I'm negotiating with Mauritius. And the leader of Mauritius just issued a press release, said, yeah, he's negotiating. He's increased the price. And he's shortened the leash. Now, you know who's loving all of this? China. Because China has a close relationship with Mauritius. And you know what? It's going to get a lot closer. This is insane.
Diego Garcia is one of the few locations in the world where U.S. nuclear submarines can dock. It's not just about sovereignty, it's about security. If control shifts, it could allow China to strengthen its foothold in the region. China, which has deep economic and diplomatic ties with Mauritius, is closely watching these developments. Many analysts believe that if Mauritius gains control of Diego Garcia, China's influence in the region will grow significantly. This raises concerns about Beijing's long-term ambitions in the Indian Ocean, especially given its history of territorial expansion in the South China Sea. The geopolitical stakes are high, and key U.S. officials, including Senator Marco Rubio and members of the Trump administration, have voiced strong opposition to any transfer of control. The concern is clear. Allowing the base to fall under Mauritian authority could open the door for China to expand its presence in a region critical to global trade and security. The UK's decision on this matter will have lasting consequences, not just for its alliance with the US, but for the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific.
This is cell-deep stupid. This is bone-deep, down to the marrow stupid. Because the United Nations wants the United Kingdom to feel guilty, they want to give our military base and their military base to Mauritius. Now, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom can stop this. And Marco Rubio, our new Secretary of State, is against it. And I haven't talked to him directly, but I think President Trump is against it. The United Kingdom is our friend. I went to school there for a while. I love them. And I want to see their Prime Minister do well. But he needs to put down the bong. He needs to put down the bong. This makes absolutely no sense. And it's going to be a big part of his legacy if he gives away this island and our military base to, in effect, what will eventually be China. So I would say to the Prime Minister tonight, I don't mean any disrespect. I want to say this respectfully. I shouldn't have said the bong part. I take it back. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, don't do this. Don't do this. We'll stand with you in telling the United Nations who's upset with you to go fill out a hurt feelings report, because we're not doing it. We'll stand with you. Please say no. Don't give our military base away. It's going to really hurt the relationship between the United States of America and the United Kingdom. I know Donald Trump pretty well. I know Marco Rubio pretty well. They'll forgive, but they'll never, ever forget. Don't do it, Mr. Prime Minister.
With negotiations ongoing, all eyes are on British leadership. Will they stand firm, or will Diego Garcia become the next strategic asset to shift under global pressure? What do you think? Should the UK maintain control over Diego Garcia, or is the UN right to push for its return? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on global affairs.